Every day starts with a cup of coffee. No coffee, no prana, right? So after I've made my coffee, I reply to messages or read the news and just wonder what is going on in the world. So after that, I make my morning smoothie. So it's coconut milk, always banana. And then today I'm adding chia seeds, spirulina, some nuts, and I'm really liking peanut butter lately. So I add it to my blender, whiz it all up. And when it's ready, it kind of looks disgusting. However, it's actually really tasty. So after I get ready, I make my way to the yoga studio. I always walk there. It's only a 10-minute walk. So when I arrive, these are my 2 olive trees I've got outside. So come into the studio, of course, take my shoes off like everyone does just at the entrance. And then walk in. This is where everyone places their belongings, so their bags, their coats. It's quite cold outside, so I'm all wrapped up. I come into the main space where I teach and I turn up the thermostat just to make it nice and warm, light an incense stick. I've rolled out my mat. I'm now ready for the class, so I'll need to wait for the students to arrive. Normally I have one morning class, and this can either be a hatha class or an Ashtanga class. And then I have generally 2 afternoon classes. And I know that many teachers prefer to do their practice first and then do their teaching. I've tried doing it that way, but for me it works the other way around, because I feel that once I've done my practice, I really want some time to just really, have some time for myself and really relax. And I noticed that it just wouldn't work for me to do it that way. So what I do is I teach my classes, and then sometimes I demonstrate in them, or I'll demonstrate things that are okay for me to do without, really doing a proper warm-up. And then I do my practice once everyone leaves. And I think that gives me a lot of energy, and also it helps give me a lot of time to just really enjoy my own practice. And so I think I've got some students coming in, so I'll stop filming now and I'll film the class for you. So this is the morning Ashtanga class, and in this class I offer quite a lot of adjustments, and as you can see I'm wearing my mask because, COVID. And so we go through most of the primary series, and as you can see, I demonstrate some of the poses and just give my students a few little pointers just to get in and out of certain poses. But as you can see, they're all doing such a good job. I love teaching this morning class. Look at those amazing back bends. So we do back bends also up against the wall, as you can see to the left, using blocks, which is now my favorite way to do back bends. And so after that, we come to the finishing poses, and then everyone gets ready, packs up their stuff, leaves, and now the space is mine for my practice. And so this is my special time. This is the time for me to recharge my batteries. Now, sometimes I'll do my primary series, sometimes I'll do intermediate, sometimes I'll do a mix, sometimes I'll do just something very calming and gentle depending on how I'm feeling. Today I was feeling kind of energized, so I did most of my practice. This generally takes about maybe an hour and a half depending on the day. All right, so when I finish my practice, then it's time to either go for a really long walk. I really like going for long walks. And something that I've started doing during the first lockdown, was I became totally obsessed with podcasts. So I think my favorite podcasts, for yoga at least, are Embodied Philosophy and Jay Brown Talks. Those are my favorite yoga-related podcasts. I'll link them in the description box below if you want to check them out. There's also a few other ones about blogging and YouTube, because I've gotten really into blogging and YouTube lately. I'll also link them below if you want to check them out. So that's one of the things I love doing, just going for really long walks and just listening to something. And alternatively, what I do is I will either write an article or film a video. So today, what I plan to do is to film a video, and it's going to be a really yummy restorative practice. So I'm going to show you how I set everything up. And I know this isn't the typical day in the life of a yoga teacher. This is a day in the life of a yoga teacher slash blogger slash YouTuber slash God knows what else. But I'll show you how I set everything up, And if you want to practice this restorative practice, I'll have it linked up here when I've got it ready. And yeah, let's see what I have to do to get a YouTube video out. So let's have a look into the studio. So what I'm going to do is, I was thinking for today, I'm going to set it up here. Now, as you can see, it looks quite dark. So I'm going to bring in my lights and hopefully it'll look a lot better. All right, so I think slightly better. I think I need to play around with my camera settings to get this totally right. So what I was thinking is, I'm going to be practicing there. I'll change the lights to make it a bit brighter. And so it's a restorative class, and I'm going to be using a yoga bolster and a blanket. So I'm going to set everything up and let's see how that goes. Okay, so I'm thinking that this looks kind of good. So this is how I'm going to set up this practice video. We're using bolsters, a blanket, a yoga bolster, all the yummy stuff. So I'm going to film this restorative class on my only camera that I have. So I'm going to switch off, and it's also going to be a voiceover video, so I'm not going to be using my microphone. And yeah, let's see how that goes. Alrighty, so I just filmed the video and I feel so relaxed right now. So we finished in this lovely Shavasana. This is like a little level up from Shavasana. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go home, have some lunch, and then I've got my afternoon classes. So yeah, I'll see you later. So time for lunch. I'm going to be using the Yoga Kitchen book by Kimberly Parsons, and I'm going to be making what she calls the green breakfast bowl, even though I've never had it for breakfast. So the first thing is to wash the rice. Now, this is something I learned once I got a rice cooker. Please tell me in the comments below, does anyone else wash their rice? Apparently you have to wash your rice. So after I've washed my rice, add it to my rice cooker, which, oh my God, has changed my life. So now what I'm doing is I've added some coconut oil, and I'm adding my pumpkin, sesame seeds, almonds, and I saute them. The rice is now ready, yum yum. And so I add it to the seeds and then add some spinach. So I give that some time. Normally you're supposed to add quinoa and kale, but I didn't have quinoa and kale, so I'm using rice and spinach. So then you add halloumi, you add the eggs, you add the avocado, and it's just a beautiful meal, like really healthy, really light, and very nutritious. So after this I have a little siesta because by this time I'm kind of tired, and after that I have my afternoon class. So this is one of my afternoon classes, and this is the second one. So this is my Ashtanga Mysore class, and in this class, like in the morning, there's lots of adjustments. The students generally practice primary series, and there's a bit of demonstration and just really trying to help people along in their practice. And we use some props, like as you can see, a yoga wheel to open up back bends, or various ways to help my students get into poses just that much better. So my class just ended. That was my evening class, and I'm quite tired now. So this is generally my typical day, and it's really nice because in my last class I had some new students come in, and there's just something special about having beginners in the class, and especially when the world it feels like it's totally upside down, and there's so many people come to me or come to the studio and say they want to start yoga because they want to find quiet space, or they're trying to deal with stress. So it's really beautiful to see, you know, when they come to the class and then you really notice them relax. I think that's one of my favorite parts of being a yoga teacher, you know, just seeing this transformation in students and just seeing something that their body and their whole being craves, and trying to help them find what they need, or find just some moments of quiet, just moments of peace. So yeah, today was a really nice day, and so that's one of my typical days, and I'll be posting a practice video next week, so which will be here when it's released. and I'll see you next week. Bye.